Hello, welcome to Turbo Machines. We are in module number 2. So, module 2 is energy exchange in turbo machines. So, in this video, I am going to explain the second module, energy exchange or energy transfer in turbo machines. So, in this, what we are going to cover is Euler's turbine equation, okay, and then general analysis of turbo machines. So these are the subtopics that we are going to cover in this particular video, the module number 2. Okay, so here we can say this energy exchange in turbo machines or energy transfer in turbo machines. So both are same. So same what you call meaning will be getting with this title like energy exchange or energy transfer. So what happens in turbo machines, like when water comes and hits the turbine blades, so there will be energy transfer takes place from the jet of vane to turbo machines, the blades of the turbines. So there will be energy transfer takes place. So it can be from potential energy to kinetic energy, and then that impact will come and fall on the turbine blades. So all these things may happen. So energy transfer will takes place when water comes and hits the turbine blades. So that is nothing but the energy exchange. This is what we are going to study in this module, how energy is exchanged or transferred from water to turbine blades. So what are the things that happen so in this during this process, during this course of time. So this is what we are going to study in this module number 2, right? So we'll move on to the first topic is energy exchange in turbo machines. First we will see Newton's second law. So what does this Newton second law says all about is the sum of all the forces acting on a controlled volume in a particular direction is equal to the rate of change of linear momentum of the fluid across the controlled volume. This we have studied already from the Newton's second law, that is suppose there is a system, and that system, so many forces are acting in that system. So what happens, the sum of all the forces acting on a controlled volume, it can be a controlled volume or it can be a system. So number of forces are acting in and around the system, not in the systems, around the system in a particular direction, that is equal to rate of change of linear momentum of the fluid. So what is the rate of change of linear momentum of the fluid across the controlled volume? So that will be equal. Okay, so when you put into the what you call the formula type, so here some of the forces acting, that is summation of F, that is equal to m into v2 minus v1 divided by dt. Here velocities, the initial velocities and the outlet velocity, and mass flow rate divided by the time taken, dt is the time taken to come and hit the turbine blades. So that is equal to m dot into v2 minus v1. So how it will be? So if dt goes there, so summation of forces, summation of all the forces into particular time dt, that is equal to mass flow rate into v2 minus v1. So this is the formula that we get from Newton's second law. So the left hand side is impulse acting on the body. So summation of forces into time taken, that is nothing but the force into time. So in the physics, the early stages that you might have studied, the formula for impulse means force into time. So here impulse acting on the body is nothing but summation of force into dt is nothing but the impulse force acting on the body, that is equal to m dot v2 minus v1. So this is m dot is nothing but mass flow rate, how much mass is flowing while passing through the jet of vanes and hitting the turbine blades, into v2 minus v1. This is the change in momentum of the body in the time period dt. Okay, so change in momentum, that is the initial velocity, the final velocity minus initial velocity will give you into mass flow rate, will give you the change in momentum of the body in the time period dt. So this is what the formula is, the second law of motion states here, where m is equal to mass of the body in kg, and v1 is equal to initial velocity of the fluid in meters per second, and v2 is equal to final velocity of the fluid in meters per second. So this equation is a modified form of Newton's second law of motion and is known as impulse momentum equation. So what we have done is we have rearranged and we have changed the position of the dt, and we got that LHS, we got that what you call the product. That product is nothing but the impulse which is acting. Since it is known as the impulse force, this equation is called as impulse momentum equation. So this is all about the impulse momentum equation. So sigma F into dt is equal to m into v2 minus v1 is the impulse momentum equation. Now, coming to this impulse momentum equation, which is used to study the impact of fluid jet striking a stationary or moving plate, and also to study the general fluid flow characteristics. So, in this impulse momentum equation, we are going to study two different ways. One is the impact of the fluid jet striking the stationary or moving plate. Why I say this is stationary or moving plates is because, so for some what you call, if it is a stationary, if you are going to study about the stationary blades, or for example we have three different types of the turbines are there, like impulse turbine and what you call Francis turbine, Kaplan turbine, which come under reaction turbine. For example, we have two different types of turbines, like is impulse turbine, next one is a reaction turbine. If you take impulse turbine, so you have moving blades. Just water comes and hits the moving blade and it starts rotating. That moving blade will start rotating. But whereas in the case of reaction turbine consists of two different types of blades are there. So one is static, next one is moving. Otherwise, the static is nothing but guide vane. We call it as a guide vane because it guides the water to flow. So that is nothing but it is called as a guide vanes or a static or a stator, and after passing the water passing through the stator or guide vanes, it will go and hit the rotor. So that rotor is nothing but the moving blades. So according to this statement, the impulse momentum equation is used to study the impact of fluid jet striking a stationary or moving plate. So whether it is striking the stationary blade or moving blade, or else we can say it is striking the moving blade or fixed blade, is nothing but that Pelton wheel or the impulse turbine or reaction turbine. So we are going to study that one, the study of the impact, and also to study the general fluid flow characteristics. When fluid starts flowing through the nozzle or orifice, and when it starts flowing through the orifice and hits before hitting the tip of the turbine blade, so what are the fluid characteristics, what are the changes in the fluid characteristics, that is what we are going to study. So in this fluid energy exchange in turbo machines. So the next point is, when the flowing fluid with initial velocity v1 is obstructed by a surface such as vane, blade, etc., the fluid undergoes a change in momentum. The impulsive force acting on the fluid by the surface is F is equal to m dot v2 minus v1. So what it is saying is, like, the fluid flow with initial velocity v1. So when it is flowing, there will be a sudden obstruction. That is nothing but the blade or vane. So by a surface such as vane or blade, the fluid undergoes a change in momentum. So there will be a change in momentum. So why that change occurs? That is because the difference in the initial velocity and the final velocity. So when water is flowing with some certain velocity, that is v1, and after striking the blade, it will have v2 velocities, that is a different velocity. So there will be a change in velocities. Okay, so that is nothing but the change in momentum. So why you call it as a momentum? Because a change in velocity into mass flow rate is nothing but the momentum. Okay, so the impulsive force acting on the fluid by the surface is nothing but, the formula is nothing but, force is equal to m dot into v2 minus v1, right? So next one is according to Newton's third law. Now coming to this Newton's third law, so as you all know that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So therefore the fluid reacts to this and exerts equal and opposite force on the obstructing surface given by, again, so when after if there is any obstruction, so there is an equivalent force acting. Okay, so that is nothing but F is equal to m dot into v1 minus v2. So that is nothing but initial velocity minus final velocity. The previous one is final velocity minus initial velocity. Now this particular statement, so F is equal to m dot into v1 minus v2. Similarly, the sum of all the torques acting on the system is equal to the rate of change of angular momentum. Okay, so when the shaft is rotating, when water comes and hits the impeller or turbine blades, the shaft will rotate. When shaft rotates, what happens? So there will be torque produced. So different torques will be there, will be developed. So sum of all the torques acting on the system is equal to the rate of change of angular momentum. So we have seen what you call the second law of Newton's law of thermodynamics, or and the second one is Newton's third law of motion. So two things that we have seen, and we have seen that impulse momentum action and then angular momentum. So we have seen this one, right? So with this I'll end this topic, that energy exchange in turbo machines. Thank you very much.